prayer. If you know the prayer, just chant along with me. Actually, the prayer is on the last page, on the if you like, on the first prayer. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya Avir Maeti Rudra Yate Dakshinam Mukham Tenamam Pahi Nityam Tenamam Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. O Lord, shine through and through, and ever protect us with thy loving presence. Om, peace, peace, peace to all beings everywhere. Welcome today. So today we are honored with Swami Sarvadevananda's presence. Swami Sarvadevananda is the head of our Vedanta Society of Southern California, and he's coming here today via his East Coast trip. So he'll be with us today, and today what we're going to do is, because it's raining, we have a sort of a potluck. So after he speaks, we're going to have a small little circle, and we invite you to lunch and come and ask questions to the Swami at that time. More intimate setting here. And also I do want to apologize. Yesterday we had a science and spirituality type of event, and to our Zoom people, we had audio technical difficulties. So to your Zoom people, I think we're going to have another day where we're going to do this with Zoom so that you won't miss out on the opportunity. So now I'd like to invite Swami Sarvadevananda, who's going to speak on the web we weave. Swami Sarvadevananda.
Om Janani Sharadam Devi Ramakrishnam Jagadguru Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So today our topic is the wave we weave. So the wave, what is the wave? Wave of our karma. We all create our life and we create our destiny.
Can everybody hear in the back? No. No. So we need louder. Just let us know. We want to make sure you guys are catching everything.
Hello. Now you can hear.
You can use my mic.
More.
Oh, these weren't turned on.
Won't turn on.
All right.
How you did it?
Just turn it on, that's all. Okay. There we go.
Okay. So our topic today is the wave we weave. As you look at our life, the life is full of suffering, as it were. And who is the cause of this suffering? According to Vedanta, and also according to our normal logic, we say that it is the result of karma. There is something we did, maybe its effect has been felt not instantly, but it created an impact and it is bringing out the result in time. So the karma we do, why do we do the karma again philosophically? Karma we do because we need something. Why we need? because we feel we are incomplete, we are imperfect, we want joy, but I am in suffering, therefore I move on to make my life joyful. Then I do work. What work? First, we start our work looking at me, how can I be rich, how can I be wealthy, how can I be man of position, power, all these things. Then we find that still incompleteness hurts us. And that leads us to do, let me try another type of work. If it fails, let me try the other work. Then we try to do our work, which is called unselfish work. And then even unselfish work has its satisfaction. It can bring some joy, some satisfaction. That is also not fulfilling, because that may make someone kind and better person, but that does not give one full satisfaction of freedom, freedom from all entanglement, freedom from all, even the attachment to the good name, reputation, people's praise. You go to heaven, even heaven. That is not the ultimate solution. Solution is, human birth is for reaching that goal of perfection, fulfillment. Yang labdhva chaparam labham mannate nadhikam tata. There is no achievement, accomplishment higher than that of that highest joy, that absolute joy, the fulfilling joy. There is no limit of it, that unending joy. That is the goal of life. Yang labdhva, attaining that. Attaining means it is not something objective, something to catch it, but it is something which is within ours, but to identify with that reality which is within. But anyway, yang labdhva chaparam labham mannate, people don't think, or they realize people don't think, adhikam tattva, there is nothing more to achieve. Knowing one, you know everything. Attaining that, the end of all begging and slavery, and to live a life of freedom and joy. The goal of our life is freedom. But we are all slaves. Slaves of our actions, slaves of our craving, slaves of our senses, and the slave external and internal. External circumstances always making us slave. Feel lost. Political situation, environmental situation, climatic condition, all these are external influence which is making me feel that worthless and helpless. And if that can be overcome by science or technology or something, then we feel inside, and there is a tremendous failure there, cravings and desires and expectations and all these things making me slave. But what is the way out? We have to be just drowned into this frustration that nothing can be done? No. This work which is creating this desire, which is creating my life, making my life miserable, I can do something so that I can transcend all these limitations. Then how to do the work is the question, how to live the life is the question. The purpose of life will be then ultimately attantiko dukkha nirvitti. Entire suffering, total annihilation of all suffering. There is no suffering in life. we see at the look at the lives of the saints and seers of truth, they are always free from all suffering. Body is suffering, yes, that's okay. But not them. Mind is suffering, yes. Mind has its depression, ups and downs, but they are not suffering. That can be done. And attainment of it's not a negative side, that attantik dukkha nivritti, total annihilation of all suffering and pain, but at the same time attainment of what we are, paramananda prapti, attainment of our own freedom, attainment of our own inner joy, inner bliss. Therefore, this attainment of something means, when we are in a duality, level of duality, we call it attainment, because we are not there. We are in a different level. So we have to move towards something else. But we cannot do it because we are made to be in the life in such a way, we always move on for higher and higher and higher joy. In sensual world, even when you transcend that, there also the movement takes us to one level to the other level. And it is the endless vasana. We call the vasana, the desire. This desire is endless. Ami bahu vasana re pranpane chai. Rabindranath Tagore says, I crave for millions of desires, one after another. And sometimes I get it, sometimes I do not. You sometimes frustrate me, O Lord, because I crave for so many desires. You give something and don't give something. And I get frustration. But it is a grace of yours, not giving all the vasanas, fulfillment of the vasanas, because they're all leading me to another wheel of birth and death. Action, cause of our suffering, is desire, desire leading to action, and action leads to endless desire, again another desire, and then again some karma, and then again some desire. So it is a chain going on. This wheel of birth and death is the end result of it. So this endless chain of birth and death is our karma, and the karma brings this miserable condition of ours, who we are always free, and we are in this mess of Maya, in this mess of karma, we are entangled into the life of suffering and pain. Who gives us suffering? It is I am creating my suffering. Who can give me suffering if I don't expect anything? Now is the turning point in karma. Karma is asking for some result. Karma brings some result. Undoubtedly, karma brings some result. But karma brings result. What result? Any result if it brings, either it will be good or it will be bad. I'll be satisfied, I'll be dissatisfied. This karma can give two results. Satisfied or satisfaction or dissatisfaction. When I am dissatisfied, then I want to do some karma. How to say, make me satisfied? Again karma. If I am satisfied, then I want more, something to get something more. And then again also karma. So we cannot stop a moment in our life with in not having any karma. Without karma, no one can live. That's why Bhagavad Gita says, na karmana manarambha. Without starting the karma, no one can reach that state of akarma, a state of perfect bliss. A yogi, a realized soul, is standing in his own glory. He does not need anything of the world. He is fully satisfied. Na sab chhod ke sab paave. He has given up every attachment to anything and is the most happiest person in the world. He has no craving, no desire. He lives in the world like a king. Having nothing but more than a king, emperor. Emperor Alexander, no? The story? He went to see a holy man. and saw he's in the sun bath, in a rock in the Himalayan range. He's having Alexander, no? And he went there and saw. He does not need anything. He does not have any craving or anything. And he said, he was so surprised that what a great soul. So he requested him to come and honor his palace. And he said, he rejected. He said, why are you disturbing me? I am in perfect joy here. I am sunbathing. He has no dress, one kopinam, and a bare-bodied person lying in a rock has the power to ignore the emperor and say, I don't care for anything. I'm in bliss. So that is the attainment. That is the fulfillment. He has no desire. And that's why he is free. I don't care for anything. Your palace, your kingdom is yours. What can it give me? It is only 1.5 pound of ashes in the eyes of that realized soul. And he has attained to such a blissful state that he can ignore. So this is a great teaching that we see in the eyes of these enlightened souls, that they show that there is a state we can attain, or we can be in that state where all suffering and misery can be overcome. But how to do that? Not two questions is there. One, we can get out of because this world is suffering. Get out of this world, go into a jungle and sit in the cave. It's a first solution. Most of the people we try to think about that. So much trouble. Therefore, just get out of the society, go in a place where there is no such external problem. Okay, you go there and find what happens to you. You're a great yogi, go there and sit in the cave. You see the infinite number of bubbles of desires and cravings and thoughts and ideas, and it is there, and you are unable to handle them. Therefore, though the state of perfected soul is our goal, don't try to follow the path of that calmness at the very beginning. That's why we have to do action by another action. Ramakrishna said, there is a thorn of ignorance has pricked your feet. You have to take another thorn to bring it out. And then you can throw away both. Similarly, in spiritual life, Bhagavad Gita suggests, Swami Vivekananda suggests, without performing any action, one cannot go beyond action. Without entering into the school, you cannot say that you have experienced the school experience and come out. A student can enter into the school compound and come back, then he will be a realized soul. He will be a highly educated person. You have to go through the experience of every grade and then finish the school learning examination and come out then. So one should have to go through the action to reach that inaction. Two words are there, action and inaction. Action, what we are doing. We are living every moment in action. You are sitting now. You are not doing any action. No, you are doing action. Your mind is active. Your understanding is working. Your brain is working. Your breath is continuing. You are sleeping. You are working. In every moment you are sleeping means you are dreaming sometimes. So even breathing is an action. But we breathe for what? We breathe for all these petty things of the life to attain and achieve. And we exhaust our life and energy. That's why that creates the bondage. Karma starts there. Upanishad suggests, Isha Upanishad says that evam tai karma, Jijibishet satagum shamaha. If you live 100 years of your life, you keep yourself engaged in action, and by this action you can get out of the action. So the first point is that many people in this America also most anyone young boy wants or girl wants to get samadhi, that they come first for samadhi and come that I have Kundalini awakening and all these things. Don't stop all these things. First do your karma. Be in the life. Face the challenges of life and see what karma takes us to bondage, what karma takes us to freedom. Then follow the karma which takes us to freedom, and then you will reach a point when karma will drop a few and you will be established in the state of akarma or karmatita state, which is a state which is beyond all actions. So this is a Gita suggests in the 3rd chapter that karma sannyas, people, as I said, karma is creating trouble, is bringing suffering or little joy, so give up the karma. No, karma sannyas that's a state of mind. Only few can reach that goal unless they have done something before, some karma which is releasing from bondage. So Noishkarma or karmatita state or akarma state is the goal of life. Noishkarma can be achieved not abandoning the karma, but to direct the action and its motive something higher, something nobler. So that will, Swami Vivekananda said in this Karma Yoga, that nobody can be altogether at rest. 99% of mankind work like slaves, and the result is misery. But what work? It is all selfish work. I do selfish means for me, my money, my achievement, my goal, at the cost of everything else. Yes, it starts there. It is a starting point. We go to a school, we enter in the kindergarten level, and we enter there for everything to me, mine, etc. But when you go out to the process, then it becomes thee and thine. It's for good of others, for the benefit of others, for the peace of others, for the joy of others. Expansion happens. That's why he said, work through freedom. We do work like slaves. As Swamiji says, 99% of mankind work like slaves. Means, I have no way. What can I do? My job is forcing me. The boss is such. The co-worker is such. I am to work and I am helpless. I am tortured. Yes, this is the fact of life. But that is the only thing what we have to go through life. We'll have to do work. But can we have some freedom in my action? That's why Swamiji says, work through freedom. And he says, work through love. When you do some work, even your office work, it's very tiring, very painful. Your boss is bad, your co-worker is bad. Okay, but if you can change your attitude of karma, you work with love, this is my duty, I will do my work to the best. And yes, people will say something, okay, I will try my best. And if above that, if nothing happens, nothing will happen. But why I am bringing my peace destroyed? Let me do my work best. And how can I do? Not with vengeance, not with anger, but with love and freedom. That's a beautiful word Swami Vivekananda uses, and Bhagavad Gita also says, work with love and freedom. When you feel love, your work, 8 hours is not your work. 24 hours of work will not be feeling that you are doing any work. I normally give the example of a mother. taking care of the baby, working in the office all day, cooking for the whole house, doing the dishes alone, taking care of the baby. Whole night the baby is sick, he's not resting. It is mother does all this with love and freedom. But same thing, you keep a nurse, paid nurse, for taking care of all these activities. He will be finding, if it is 8 hours duty, 8 hours, 5 minutes, she will be restless. I have done enough. I have to go out. Love and minus love. And when it's done with love, everyone is free. It is inner joy comes. I don't care what people talk about me. I don't care what gain and loss it comes. I did my best. That's my duty I have done. Swami Vivekananda give the example. The word love is very difficult to understand. Love never comes until there is freedom. That's why, anyone wants to do something, okay, you do whatever you like to do in his own way, then his interest comes. His love comes on that action, and he gets tremendous energy to fulfill the same work. And if you appoint a person to do that work, it will be so much botheration there. Love and freedom, these are the two languages in the work we have to add. That is Swami Vivekananda suggesting. Don't work like a slave. We all work like a slave. I am bound to do that. I have no other way. I have no other means to have any sustenance. That I am doing. Yes, maybe that is the reality of life external. But can we put our own inner input of spirituality there? That I am doing to serve God. I am doing to listen to my inner voice. Because God is the guide and this external boss is there. Let him be there. But my real boss is my Lord God. And I am doing for him. I am breathing for him. I am walking for him. I am sleeping for him. And I am serving him in all possible work. Whole day, 24 hours, I am his slave. And I am slave to him, but I am doing with my own freedom, with love. Because of love I am doing. So this is a very high philosophy maybe, but it is a great suggestion to make our life come out of the wave of birth and death, suffering and pain. We are suffering in any way, but let us try to put this attitude that this is not, I am a slave, born slave of my boss, or in any person in my life, husband, wife. No one is a slave of anybody. Freedom. And that's also is the beautiful idea in the Upanishads. That gives the liberty. And that love is genuine love. Well, love and freedom go side by side. So when action is guided by this love, then it brings freedom. Otherwise, Swami Vivekananda continues. He says that if you buy a slave in those days, you could buy a slave and tie him down to chain and make him work for you, he will work. But he will work like a drudge. But there will be no love in him. So when we ourselves work for the things of the world as slaves, there can be love in us. And our work is not true work. So this is the failure of our action. We do work and we don't get the joy of doing work. But if it is done with love, energy comes, joy comes. Whether people appreciate or not, it becomes very secondary. Your inner peace will direct you to be satisfied, lead to the satisfaction. This is true work done. This is true of work done for relatives and friends, and is true of work done for our own selves. So when we ourselves work for the things of the world as slaves, there cannot be love in us, and our work is not true work. So we do work, but it is not our work. It is a slave's work. So why to work in life and be like a slave? Rather work like a free soul and with joy. Give up the results of work. That again, the same point. It's a very eternal question, all and all round it comes and comes again. Do work, don't expect the result. How it is practical? I'll do work and no result. No, not that. Result will come of itself. You do the work with the freedom and love and see the inner joy. And what external benefit it had to come, it will come. You need not have to think of anything. What if you are done with full concentration and full of love, then the best work will be there. And the best result must have to come. And even if it comes or not, why to bother at that when we can feel the joy of doing work? See, some celebration comes. Some of the devotees lovingly come here and do so much work. But they smile and do work. But if you appoint someone who does not want to do work, but he give money even and they work, how much resistance comes in their actions. If you love someone, then you can work like as I say, day and night. But if you don't love, he wants a glass of water, then you become mad. Why? Why am I to give the glass? Can you not take for yourself? Even the minimum thing one does with no love, hatred, love's opposite is hatred, or not finding identity with that person, like a slave, but I am forced to do. What can I do? I have to do, so I do. So the karma with freedom and love gives the inner peace. Just analyze this if we analyze in our life, we find that is the way to work and to get to that joy. Why you work like a slave? If you have to work. You have to work thinking that you are working for God. That's why we say work for God, love for God. It is not for any other purpose. To please anyone is not the goal. Goal is to have a dedicated service to God through everything, every work. So give up. Therefore you need not to ask for fruits. Fruits naturally will come. Fruits do good for its own sake. Here is the point. We do charity, we do give goods, no? But when we give sometimes many people, I saw that someone is giving $20 in a cover, and in front of that envelope, brings a big envelope, puts that $20 and then pressing 2-3 times and presenting before you as if he's giving a big donation chunk to show everyone I'm giving some money. Yeah, it has its own satisfaction. But the biggest, those who real givers, they silently give it because he's thinking, I'm happy, I'm offering to God. So the attitude of slave, recognition, how many people look at me and how many people say that, oh, you're a big person, and then that clapping, but there's your mind bound in that trap of again another bondage. So this is the way we work, but Vivekananda says, work for work's sake. Then alone you will come to perfect non-attachment. The bonds of the heart will thus break, and we shall reap perfect freedom. This freedom is indeed the goal of Karma Yoga. What a beautiful term. Freedom is the goal of Karma Yoga. But we are doing karma whole our life, since childhood till today. Who is not doing karma? And what is the end result? Complain. I do so much, no one recognizes me. I am working hard, and no one is helping me. And I work and no one recognizes and no one praise me. No one have given thanks to me, thanking. Even they don't give the thank. But you are slave of thanks. How many people will thank you? Or you will live in freedom. What is the price of it? See the even thinking of this ideology is really enjoyable, to think that it is not to get anything, but this attachment to our little petty things. Even suppose, let me see, 100 people tells you, ha, 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 you are great. What does it mean? And 100 people say you are bad. What does it mean? If you have the courage to say, I don't care for his praise and blame, push it in the sand and go. And how many people will remember you, your good action today, ha, 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 this moment, and next moment, another ha, 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 another moment. So you depend on their ha, 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 or you depend their criticism. We are the slave of these actions and these thoughts. But can we not be free? That's why Bhagavad Gita says, evam pravartitam chakram na anuvartayati haje. God has, it is called Brahma Chakra. This chakra of this world and action. But also it has created a path that this way of freedom, way of love, and do work. Evam pravartitam chakram, this chakra which has been created to enjoy the freedom. This Jivan Mukti Sukha Prapti Hetabe Janmadharitam. We are born here not to cry and weep. Jivan Mukti Sukha Prapti. Jivan, while I am breathing, I will be free soul. But that same Swamiji says freedom. Free soul. Jivan Mukti Sukha Prapti. To attain that infinite bliss while breathing, like in this earth and walking in this row in the ground of the earth. Jivan Mukti Sukha. Hetabe Janmadharitam. That is the reason we are born. There is no reason otherwise why Atmana Nitya Muktena, that Atman which is ever free, ever blissful, ever joyful. No, there is no reason of that infinite joy getting entangled into the body and mind only and becoming a slave. We have not come here to be slave, but we have to enjoy the bliss of freedom through our all action. That is the goal. So that's why evam pravartitam chakram, this chakra, the cycle of birth and death, it has been created by God. It's a creation time, a plan of creation to enter into the, what we call the wheel? The wheel, big wheel. We go into the this Ferris wheel. We enter into it what? Do you not go for joy and fun? Old people cannot do that. But the young people say how much they enjoy it. Enter into it, enjoyment. Who is goading you? Suppose say 5 friends are there. We went to the what you call the rides, very tough rides. What you call the
Roller coaster?
Roller coaster. Why people are going to roller coaster? For fun, is it not? Why you pay money and enter into the Disney world or in some place and to enter into this heavy, frightening rides, flying like that, coming down. And see the sound everyone is doing cheerfully. Is for freedom. And if I don't want and somebody pushed me into that wheel, and I will be there, I will also cry. I may got heart attack. But younger people, when they willfully go with love and freedom, I want to enjoy, then they do that and they say, they go again and again and again.
Last time you went to Disneyland, what happened? One person wanted to get out?
That's a different thing.
No,
He has been forced to go there.
Yeah, you were forced to go. You went on a roller coaster ride in Disneyland, didn't know what it was about. The devotees took him. What happened, Raj?
No, it was not roller coaster. It was with the Splash Mountain. Even the Swami was very old. He was our general secretary that time. The Belur Mott, he has come. And with so many other seniors, Merit Louis Burke, whose book is Vivekananda's, all the volumes, New Discoveries, and was some other senior, few young, enthusiastic ladies. They took the initiative to show this, and we are following him. And so we are only following him, and they said, took him to that Splash Mountain. Huh? Splash Mountain. And then they entered into it, and in one ride, they came back. We spent so much money, purchased ticket for so many people, we all went. And once says, done. Swami says, done. Let's go. He didn't want to even to listen to the Lincoln's speech, which we wanted. No, just get out. I said, this is the forcefully you take something, the reaction comes like that. But those who took it, they were happy. So with love, the toughest of the work in life becomes sweet and brings freedom and joy, and forced like a slave, unknown or knowingly or unknowingly, we entrapped into that, as we are. We are now entrapped in the world of action, good and bad, and praise and blame, happiness and misery, disease and health. In this duality, we are pushed into it as it were. We are goaded into it. And I cannot, I am dying, I am dying. This person, the same person, like Ramakrishna's disciple, Swami Sarvadevananda, what you call, so many Swamis, Shivananda Swami, Premashananda Swami, I'm talking about all. They lived and they passed to the old age. But how cheerfully they did. It did in the face, they don't show any misery at all, because they know how to enjoy life with the freedom. So karma, whole life we are doing karma. We are fearfully entering into it. We are forced like a slave. I'm to coding me, you have to do. My boss, my friend, my family, my relative, this, that, all are goading me. I'm a slave and I'm crying and complaining all the time. No one listens to my complaint. You may say, no, you over phone, you talk. Then afterwards, yeah, it is your fault. Then you got lost. So this is why that? Why not give the freedom to yourself and do work? This in the chakra. God has created this chakra. Enter into it willingly and participate in it and they live with freedom. If we don't, aghayur indriya ramo, moghang partha sajivati, that person who is indriya aramo, who feels that the sensate universe is the only reality and finds pleasure in staying in that, they are actually uselessly spoiling their ayu. Ayu means life, span of life. God has given us life. How much life? 1 year? 1 day is how many? Lifetime. Means for the calculation. 1 day means how many seconds God has given to you and me? 86,000 some seconds. So we live our ayu. 100 years we live. 80 years, 70 years, 50 years, 60 years, whoever is who is left. It is aghayu, it is like a sin. You live for your indriya senses, your own sensate experience, and you get trapped into this cycle. This you have to get out of it. You have to follow. This life is for giving. Life is for sacrifice. And with that sacrifice, it will lead to the freedom. So if you do not know, you do not live that life, then your life is meaningless. Gita suggests that you have to live like that. Therefore, tadartham karma kunteo, jagyarthat karmanonnatra, lokoyam karma bandhana. If you don't do work for the purpose of jagga, jagga means jagna. Jagna means for God. For present condition, for seeing God in others. If you don't do that, then your karma, lokoyam karma bandhana. In this plane, whatever you are doing, everything is a cause. Every karma is binding and binding to slavery and misery. But yogarthat karma, if you do it for God, seeing God in others, then tadartham karma kunti, you O Kunti Nandana Arjuna, therefore your purpose should be to serve God in others. This is a modern translation. Tadartham karma kuntyo. You do, O Kunti Nandan, tadartham, for that purpose, for serving God. In early days, Jogga idea, I'm not going to that. Jogga idea is that Jagna, you do the home of fire and you offer something, oblation, swaha, 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 and it creates the, what is called smoke. Smoke creates the cloud. Cloud brings the rainwater. Rainwater brings the plants and life, and that life goes into sustenance of our life. So all the grains and other fruits, flowers happens. So it is a chakra. It is going on like that. But if you do it for others, so what will happen? The gods will protect you. You are supporting the god, and gods are protecting you. In the earlier concept. Present concept is Ramakrishna said, Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. You do serve everyone. Jiva does not mean only your family or your brother, sister, and no. Jiva means any created being who has a life force, even non-life, but first take up the action in who have life and breathing. They serve them. Shiva Jnane. Who you are serving? You are serving Lord Shiva. That means God, Lord is you are serving. So take this attitude. And if you don't do that, your life is meaningless. Life is full of sin. You are living in the sensate universe. To come back again in the chakra of birth and death. There's no freedom from it. So this is the idea. Yogyarthat karmanannatra, Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter. It says, Yogya, this is Yagna. Every day what you are doing is offering to God. This is Yagna. No. All the Yagna ideas, Om di Swaha, Aditya di Navagrahebho Swaha, all the gods, Aditya, etc., I am offering this. Shiva Adi Pancha Devotaya Swaha, you are offering this for the Shiva, etc., etc., all the gods. Here, everything is done for anyone. I am doing Shiva. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Try to adapt this philosophy. If you can do that, Yogya Artham Karmana Unnatra. If you cannot do that, it will bind you. As we are all, nobody to tell. You see, parents become little disheartened when their children, being adults, don't keep any touch with parents and go away, further away. Because fathers are also in problem, because they created the problem for the children. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And never taught them to be free and independent and at the same time responsible people. Anyhow, this is the karma chakra. So it's a problem for both. So we are drowned and swimming in the ocean of life's problems and suffering. We don't get freedom. But if it is done with the idea, I have done service to God in this form. Service to God means any form. Karmana onnatra will be lokabandhana. If we cannot do that spiritual attitude, then its karma is always bandhan. Therefore, what should be done? I conclude with this idea. Tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Beautiful. Sankara. All the scriptures talk about the same language itself. Swami Vivekananda says freedom and love. Here you see Bhagavad Gita, I think 3rd chapter 9 verse. Tadartham karma kaunteya. You do perform your actions. Tadartham. For the purpose of pleasing the Lord. Shiva Jnane Jiva Shiva. Do service to anyone, your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband, your children, your friend, your relative, wherever you go, your enemy. All service to God, service to God, service to God. And you do freely, without any boundary, without any judgment, if we can start. First, start with good, then we can transcend good and evil, or bad, and then transcend. So this 3-tier development will come if we can do the karma. The net we can create, which can create our bondage, but the same karma, not changing the karma, but changing the attitude of karma, we can be totally free and we can be liberated and we will be established into the infinite blessings and joy. Okay, thank you. This is in, as you are hearing this karma theory, this, that all the time, but this is just to bring into our awareness that there is a way out of this. Karma is not to be blamed. It is our attitude is to be blamed. When we can learn this, to practice, why not start from today, this moment? Whatever we do, whatever we think that is God is there and I'm serving God. You can serve God by calling police. How? A person comes with a evil tendency, is God plus evil tendency. To correct that evil tendency, you call a police and let him go to jail if it's for misaction. That way he will be awakened, he will not do good, bad thing, and ultimately he'll come back. You can with love, but you do it love. No anger or frustration. As a duty, whatever comes to do, and giving it to God. But not always seeing that the tiger is coming to hug me, and I will hug the tiger. Because God is there. Not that foolish action, but to be intelligent and mentally think anything I am doing really honestly out of love for God, and God is in everywhere. And this is my service. And that love makes the work really so smooth and so cheerful and joyful. After whole day's work, you will feel that you have done your all the puja, fasting, no? Only the attitude. People do for worship, Hindus go to do the worship, say Kali Puja, whole night. People fast from morning to whole night and night, watching the puja and think, I was so blessed. I could see the worship, no? And what happened from morning till now? All the actions, it is for offering to God, offering to God, offering to God. I don't care for anything else. And then that will give the energy, power, and the society will be benefited, our individual life will be benefited, family will be benefited. This is the idea. We can come out of the bondage. Evam pravartitam chakram. This chakra has been created by Brahman, by not the Brahman does not do anything, but Bhagavad Gita says, Evam pravartitam chakram. This chakra is the Brahma chakra. It has been created enter into karma, wheel of karma, get rounded in this way, and then find to satisfaction to the senses, failing there, then turning the attention to other direction, and then becoming free ultimately from all bondage. Thank you.